Have you ever wondered why some relationships thrive while others struggle no matter how much love is there? The truth is, it's not just about love, it's about strength, integrity, and the kind of energy you bring into the partnership. Today, we're going to uncover how a strong woman, through her presence, her actions, and her unwavering strength, can transform a relationship completely, turning it into a bond filled with respect, growth, and unstoppable connection. This isn't just advice, it's a blueprint for love that lasts, inspires, and empowers both people to rise to their highest potential. Self-respect is the foundation upon which every meaningful relationship is built, and when a strong woman embodies it, the effects are transformational. At its core, self-respect is the recognition of one's own worth, the understanding that you deserve to be treated with dignity, care, and consideration, regardless of circumstances or who you are with. In the context of a romantic relationship, self-respect acts like a compass that guides behavior, choices, and interactions. A woman who holds herself in high regard doesn't settle for less than she deserves, and this standard naturally sets the tone for how others, including her partner, approach her. When someone respects themselves, they make it clear through their actions, words, and boundaries that they are not willing to tolerate mistreatment, neglect, or disrespect. This clarity sends a strong signal to the partner that the relationship is a space of mutual respect, and it encourages accountability, responsibility, and conscious effort. In many relationships, problems arise not because of lack of love, but because of blurred lines, unspoken expectations, and tolerances that undermine the partnership. A strong woman who respects herself does not allow these lines to be crossed. She communicates openly, expresses what she will and will not accept, and makes decisions that align with her values. This self-awareness and self-respect create a ripple effect, shaping the relationship's dynamics in profound ways. When a woman values herself, she cultivates confidence, and confidence is magnetic. Her partner is more likely to recognize her strength and appreciate her presence in ways that are authentic rather than superficial. A woman with self-respect does not compromise her principles to please others, and this authenticity fosters an environment where both partners are encouraged to be their genuine selves. This goes beyond mere rules and boundaries. It is a demonstration of personal integrity and moral clarity. A partner observing this self-assurance begins to understand that love and respect are intertwined. They begin to realize that affection alone is not sufficient, and that a truly fulfilling relationship requires conscious effort, reciprocity, and recognition of each other's value. This realization can trigger a shift in behavior, inspiring the partner to act with greater thoughtfulness, patience, and emotional maturity. A strong woman's self-respect also influences the patterns of communication within a relationship. She does not allow passive-aggressive behavior, manipulation, or verbal abuse to dictate the interactions between her and her partner. Instead, she addresses issues directly, calmly, and respectfully, setting an example for healthy dialogue. Her partner learns that honesty and openness are rewarded with understanding and cooperation, rather than resistance or defensiveness. Over time, this consistency in self-respect and assertive communication builds trust, deepens emotional intimacy, and reduces unnecessary conflict. It encourages both parties to hold themselves accountable, creating a balanced relationship where power is shared and neither partner dominates or diminishes the other. The presence of self-respect also ensures that a strong woman maintains her individuality within the relationship. She recognizes that love does not mean losing oneself, and she refuses to compromise her identity or aspirations to fit into someone else's expectations. This sense of independence does not create distance. Instead, it strengthens the bond by bringing in a sense of wholeness, self-sufficiency, and purpose. Her partner witnesses the strength that comes from standing firm in one's values, and this often inspires them to pursue growth in their own life, aligning their actions with respect, discipline, and intention. The couple begins to operate as a team of two fully realized individuals rather than two halves trying to complete each other, which transforms the dynamic from dependency to mutual empowerment. Moreover, self-respect acts as a protective mechanism against toxic behaviors. A strong woman who values herself is less likely to tolerate emotional manipulation, betrayal, or infidelity. She has the courage to walk away from situations that compromise her dignity, and this willingness to enforce her own standards keeps the relationship healthy or prevents it from becoming destructive. By modeling these standards, she indirectly teaches her partner the importance of commitment, honesty, and loyalty. It becomes evident that love without respect is unsustainable, and that the partnership must be nurtured with care, attention, and integrity. The influence of self-respect, therefore, is not just personal, it is relational. It affects the emotional tone, decision-making processes, and overall health of the relationship. The impact of self-respect extends to everyday interactions and decisions within the relationship. When disagreements arise, a strong woman does not compromise her principles or succumb to pressure to simply appease her partner. She addresses the issues head-on, offering solutions, expressing her needs, and negotiating boundaries in a way that prioritizes both her well-being and the health of the relationship. This approach teaches her partner that true love requires effort, communication, and understanding, and it models emotional resilience and problem-solving skills. Over time, these patterns become ingrained, creating a culture of respect and accountability where both individuals are inspired to elevate their behavior, actions, and commitment. A woman who embodies self-respect also demonstrates the power of leading by example. Her partner observes the strength, confidence, and dignity she carries and is naturally influenced by it. They begin to internalize the idea that a relationship is not merely about convenience or comfort, but about shared growth, integrity, and honor. This subtle, consistent influence can transform the way the partner perceives themselves and the relationship. It encourages reflection on past behaviors, instills motivation to improve, and cultivates an appreciation for the partner's strength, independence, and vision. Through this process, the relationship evolves into a partnership built on respect, admiration, and conscious effort, rather than mere attraction or habit. Ultimately, self-respect is transformative because it is rooted in personal empowerment. When a woman recognizes her worth, she no longer seeks validation externally, and this shift changes the dynamics of her relationship entirely. She becomes a source of inspiration, stability, and positive influence, showing that love thrives in an environment where both individuals are committed to honoring themselves and each other. A strong woman's self-respect sets the tone for the relationship, creating a standard of behavior, communication, and mutual regard that elevates both partners and ensures the relationship grows in strength, depth, and authenticity. Emotional intelligence is one of the most powerful traits a strong woman can bring into a relationship, and it serves as a guiding force that transforms ordinary partnerships into meaningful, lasting bonds. At its essence, emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions while also being aware of and sensitive to the emotions of others. In a relationship, this ability creates a space of empathy, understanding, and emotional safety, which allows both partners to grow, communicate effectively, and navigate challenges with resilience. A strong woman with high emotional intelligence is aware that every action, word, and reaction carries weight, and she carefully considers the impact of her behavior on the emotional climate of the relationship. She understands that conflicts are natural, but how they are handled determines the health and longevity of the partnership. Instead of reacting impulsively to frustration, anger, or disappointment, she approaches situations with calm, thoughtfulness, and awareness, which allows for constructive resolution rather than escalation. This creates an environment where both partners feel valued, heard, and understood, and it encourages a deeper level of intimacy that goes beyond surface-level attraction. In relationships, misunderstandings often arise not because of lack of love, but because of miscommunication and emotional mismanagement. A Strong woman with emotional intelligence recognizes this and prioritizes clarity, active listening, and empathy in her interactions. She does not dismiss her partner's feelings or belittle their experiences, even when she disagrees. Instead, she validates their emotions while expressing her own, creating a balanced dialogue that fosters mutual understanding. By modeling this behavior consistently, she sets a standard for emotional maturity in the relationship, demonstrating that disagreements can be opportunities for connection rather than division. Her partner begins to mirror this approach, learning to communicate with intention and awareness rather than defensiveness or avoidance. Over time, the couple develops a shared emotional vocabulary and a level of understanding that allows them to anticipate each other's needs, navigate conflicts more effectively, and strengthen their bond through trust and compassion. A key aspect of emotional intelligence is self-regulation, which means being able to manage impulses, temper emotional reactions, and respond thoughtfully in challenging situations. In the context of a relationship, a strong woman who practices self-regulation avoids letting anger, jealousy, or resentment dictate her actions. She can pause, reflect, and choose the best course of action, which prevents unnecessary escalation of conflicts and fosters a sense of safety within the partnership. This ability to respond rather than react also inspires her partner to develop similar skills, gradually creating a cycle of emotional stability and maturity. Self-regulation allows a woman to handle sensitive topics with tact and grace, address disagreements without aggression, and provide constructive feedback that strengthens the relationship rather than weakening it. Another crucial dimension of emotional intelligence is empathy, the ability to genuinely understand and connect with another person's emotions. A strong woman's empathy allows her to recognize what her partner is feeling, even when it is not explicitly stated. She can sense frustration, sadness, or anxiety and respond with compassion, support, and encouragement. This creates a deep emotional bond that fosters loyalty, trust, and mutual care. Empathy does not mean sacrificing one's own needs or tolerating mistreatment, but rather approaching the relationship with sensitivity and understanding while maintaining healthy boundaries. Her partner feels seen and valued, which motivates them to reciprocate care and consideration, transforming the relationship into a cooperative, supportive partnership rather than a transactional or superficial connection. A woman with emotional intelligence also demonstrates social awareness and adaptability, which allows her to navigate the dynamic nature of relationships. She recognizes that moods, circumstances, and external pressures affect behavior and is able to respond with patience, perspective, and insight rather than judgment. She can communicate her feelings without blaming or shaming her partner, and can listen without interrupting or assuming. By creating an environment of emotional safety, she encourages her partner to express themselves authentically, which deepens intimacy and reduces misunderstandings. Her emotional awareness allows her to identify unhealthy patterns or recurring conflicts and address them proactively rather than reactively, preventing small issues from turning into major problems. Conflict resolution is another area where emotional intelligence shines. A strong woman uses her awareness and self-control to approach disagreements with the goal of understanding and resolution rather than victory. She recognizes that maintaining a healthy relationship requires collaboration, compromise, and a willingness to see her partner's perspective. By managing her own emotions and responding thoughtfully, she de-escalates tension, prevents resentment from building, and models mature conflict resolution strategies. Her partner observes and learns from her approach, gradually adopting similar behaviors, which creates a relationship culture grounded in respect, cooperation, and emotional balance. Over time, the relationship becomes a source of growth and support, where challenges are addressed constructively and both individuals feel empowered to contribute positively. Self-awareness is a critical component of emotional intelligence that further strengthens the relationship. A strong woman understands her own emotional triggers, patterns, and needs, which allows her to communicate effectively and avoid projecting unresolved issues onto her partner. She takes responsibility for her emotions and actions, recognizes when she needs to step back or reflect, and actively works to maintain her emotional balance. This self-awareness encourages her partner to develop similar habits, fostering a relationship where both individuals are accountable for their feelings, reactions, and contributions to the partnership. The result is a healthier, more stable, and mutually supportive dynamic. Finally, emotional intelligence enables a woman to inspire personal growth in her partner and the relationship as a whole. By demonstrating patience, empathy, communication skills, and self-awareness, she shows that love is not passive but active, requiring effort, understanding, and conscious engagement. Her partner is inspired to reflect on their own behavior, improve their emotional skills, and invest in the relationship in meaningful ways. The couple grows together, facing challenges with resilience, celebrating successes with gratitude, and deepening their bond through conscious effort and understanding. Emotional intelligence, therefore, is not just a personal trait. It is a transformative force that reshapes the relationship's foundation, enhances intimacy, and encourages both individuals to become their best selves. Encouraging growth is one of the most powerful ways a strong woman can transform a relationship, because she understands that love is not static, and that a thriving partnership requires continuous evolution, both individually and as a couple. She recognizes that a relationship is not merely about comfort, companionship, or shared routines, but about mutual development, inspiration, and pushing each other to reach higher levels of potential. When a strong woman encourages growth, she becomes a catalyst for transformation, guiding her partner to become a better version of themselves while also committing to her own personal development. This encouragement is rooted in respect, belief in the other person's potential, and a desire to cultivate a relationship that is dynamic and purposeful. She does not settle for complacency, mediocrity, or stagnation. Instead, she inspires movement, self-improvement, and ambition within the partnership, creating a space where both individuals feel motivated to excel, take risks, and embrace new opportunities. This drive to grow together reshapes the energy of the relationship, turning it into a partnership fueled by vision, intention, and mutual aspiration. A strong woman who encourages growth understands that personal development is intimately connected to the health of a relationship. She knows that when one partner evolves, the relationship evolves, and when both partners grow, the bond becomes stronger, more resilient, and more meaningful. She encourages her partner to pursue their passions, develop new skills, and challenge themselves beyond their comfort zone, not in a controlling or demanding way, but as a supportive and empowering force. Her belief in her partner's abilities instills confidence and fosters a sense of purpose, inspiring them to step into their full potential. This encouragement is not limited to professional or external achievements, but extends deeply into emotional, mental, and spiritual growth. She motivates her partner to explore their emotions, confront their fears, and heal past wounds, creating an environment where growth is holistic and deeply transformative. The way a strong woman encourages growth is often through subtle, consistent actions that inspire reflection, self-awareness, and ambition. She celebrates progress, acknowledges efforts, and provides constructive feedback when necessary. She challenges her partner to stretch beyond self-imposed limitations while always maintaining a foundation of love, patience, and understanding. In this way, growth becomes a shared journey rather than a directive or expectation. Her encouragement does not come from criticism, pressure, or comparison to others, but from genuine belief in the inherent potential of her partner and the vision of a thriving, evolving relationship. The energy she brings motivates her partner to step up, align their actions with their values, and invest in the partnership consciously and intentionally. Encouraging growth also means leading by example. A strong woman commits to her own personal development, continuously learning, evolving, and refining herself. She invests in her emotional intelligence, knowledge, physical health, and spiritual awareness, demonstrating that growth is a lifelong pursuit. Her partner witnesses this dedication and is inspired to follow suit, recognizing that a relationship with stagnation will never reach its highest potential. By modeling growth, she communicates that the partnership is not a place to settle, but a space to flourish, innovate, and explore new dimensions of life together. This example fosters respect, admiration, and motivation, creating a cycle of mutual elevation where both individuals support, challenge, and uplift each other. Another important aspect of encouraging growth is fostering open communication about goals, dreams, and aspirations. A strong woman actively listens to her partner's desires and ambitions, provides guidance when requested, and offers emotional support during setbacks. She celebrates victories and milestones, no matter how small, reinforcing the value of effort, persistence, and resilience. She also encourages honest reflection and self-assessment, helping her partner confront areas for improvement without judgment or criticism. Through this process, she creates an environment where growth is not only encouraged but normalized, and where both partners feel safe to explore their potential, take risks, and embrace change. This approach strengthens the foundation of the relationship, making it a source of empowerment, inspiration, and mutual fulfillment. Encouraging growth also involves nurturing resilience and adaptability within the relationship. A strong woman recognizes that challenges, failures, and setbacks are inevitable, but she frames these experiences as opportunities for learning and evolution rather than defeat. She supports her partner in navigating obstacles, providing encouragement, perspective, and guidance, while fostering accountability and self-reflection. This approach not only builds individual strength, but also reinforces the partnership as both individuals learn to face difficulties with composure, creativity, and collaboration. Growth becomes a shared experience, turning adversity into a vehicle for deeper connection, understanding, and mutual development. A strong woman also encourages growth by promoting independence and self-sufficiency in her partner. She understands that relying solely on one another for validation, direction, or purpose can hinder personal development and strain the relationship. Instead, she fosters an environment where each person maintains their individuality, pursues their passions, and cultivates their skills while remaining emotionally connected and committed. This balance of autonomy and intimacy strengthens the relationship by ensuring that both partners bring their best selves to the partnership, contributing fully to its evolution rather than relying on dependency or complacency. Encouragement of growth in this sense is not about separation, but about empowerment, and the recognition that a healthy, thriving relationship requires two whole individuals who choose to grow together. The transformative power of a strong woman who encourages growth is also evident in the long-term trajectory of a relationship. Couples who embrace mutual growth experience higher levels of trust, respect, intimacy, and satisfaction. Growth-oriented relationships are less prone to stagnation, resentment, or boredom, as both partners remain engaged, inspired, and invested in their development and in each other's well-being. By cultivating a culture of growth, a strong woman ensures that the relationship continues to evolve, adapt, and flourish, even in the face of life challenges, changes, or external pressures. Her influence shapes not only her partner's personal evolution, but also the overall dynamic of the relationship, turning it into a source of strength, inspiration, and fulfillment. Ultimately, encouraging growth is not about controlling, dictating, or imposing expectations on a partner. It is about belief, inspiration, support, and leading by example. A strong woman recognizes that love is not stagnant, and she invests in cultivating an environment where both individuals can rise, evolve, and reach their full potential. Her encouragement transforms the relationship from a simple companionship into a partnership of empowerment, learning, and continuous improvement. It instills confidence, fosters resilience, and deepens emotional intimacy while promoting independence, authenticity, and ambition. Through her influence, relationship becomes a space of transformation where both partners are inspired to become the best versions of themselves and where love thrives in alignment with growth, purpose, and mutual respect. Independence is one of the most magnetic qualities a strong woman can bring into a relationship, and it fundamentally transforms the dynamics between partners. Independence is not about emotional detachment, distance, or selfishness. Rather, it is the ability to maintain a sense of self, pursue personal goals, and remain grounded in one's own identity while participating fully in a committed partnership. A strong woman who is independent carries a confidence that is immediately recognizable and inspiring. Her independence signals to her partner that she is whole, self-sufficient, and capable of thriving on her own, which paradoxically strengthens the bond because it is chosen freely, not out of necessity or dependency. When a woman brings independence into a relationship, it challenges the traditional power dynamics often present in partnerships where one partner relies excessively on the other for validation, security, or purpose. Instead, she models a balanced dynamic where love is an enhancement to life, not a requirement for survival. This approach fosters respect, admiration, and a deeper emotional connection, as her partner recognizes that her love and commitment are conscious, intentional choices rather than the result of fear, need, or obligation. An independent woman has a clear understanding of her own goals, aspirations, and passions, and she pursues them consistently. Whether it is advancing in her career, nurturing personal hobbies, or cultivating meaningful friendships, she refuses to let the relationship limit her growth or identity. Her partner observes this dedication and is inspired to reflect on their own life and ambitions, often leading them to step up in ways they had not previously considered. Independence in this context becomes a source of motivation and transformation for both partners, as it demonstrates that personal fulfillment and love are not mutually exclusive. It also prevents the relationship from becoming stifling or codependent, allowing both individuals to flourish individually while creating a shared life that is rich, dynamic, and resilient. The presence of independence in a relationship ensures that both partners maintain a sense of personal agency, which strengthens trust, respect, and the overall health of the partnership. Independence also fosters confidence, which is inherently attractive and transformative. A strong woman who is secure in herself does not seek constant validation or approval from her partner, and this confidence establishes a sense of equilibrium in the relationship. Her partner is not burdened with the responsibility of completing her, but instead is invited into a union where both individuals are whole and self-sufficient. This dynamic creates an atmosphere of mutual admiration and intentional commitment, as each partner engages fully with the relationship out of choice, not necessity. Confidence derived from independence allows a woman to express her needs clearly, make decisions assertively, and navigate challenges without fear of losing love or acceptance. This approach encourages her partner to act with similar clarity, integrity, and emotional intelligence, gradually transforming the relationship into one grounded in respect, accountability, and authentic connection. Another way independence transforms a relationship is by establishing healthy boundaries. A woman who values her independence understands that boundaries are essential for maintaining respect, emotional balance, and personal fulfillment. She communicates her limits clearly and consistently, ensuring that her partner understands what is acceptable and what is not. These boundaries are not imposed as a form of control, but rather as a means of preserving her identity, autonomy, and emotional well-being. In turn, her partner learns to honor these boundaries, cultivating a culture of mutual respect and consideration within the relationship. Boundaries also prevent resentment and frustration from accumulating over time, as each partner is encouraged to take responsibility for their own needs, actions, and personal growth. The presence of independence in this context is empowering and liberating, as it encourages both individuals to engage consciously in the relationship while maintaining the freedom to pursue their own development and aspirations. independence is also closely linked to emotional resilience. A strong woman who is independent has cultivated the ability to handle challenges, setbacks, and emotional turbulence without relying solely on her partner for stability or reassurance. She approaches problems with resourcefulness, creativity, and composure, modeling resilience for her partner and the relationship as a whole. This quality is transformative because it shifts the relationship from a space of dependency and vulnerability to one of shared strength and collaboration. Her partner witnesses her ability to navigate adversity with grace and confidence, which inspires them to develop their own resilience and emotional maturity. Together, the couple builds a foundation of stability, trust, and adaptability that allows them to face life's uncertainties as a united, empowered team rather than relying on one another as a crutch. A strong, independent woman also fosters deeper respect and admiration from her partner. When a woman is self-sufficient and maintains her own identity, her partner recognizes that the relationship is not taken for granted and that love is a conscious choice. This awareness encourages greater investment, thoughtfulness, and commitment from the partner, as they understand that the bond must be nurtured intentionally rather than assumed or relied upon. Independence transforms the relationship by creating an environment where both partners are engaged, present, and motivated to contribute meaningfully. It also reduces the likelihood of control, possessiveness, or jealousy, as each person respects the other's autonomy and trusts in the strength of the connection. Independence encourages growth and exploration within the relationship as well. A strong woman who maintains her own passions and pursuits naturally inspires her partner to do the same, whether it is pursuing new hobbies, educational goals, or personal challenges. Her example demonstrates that a thriving partnership does not require sacrificing individuality. Instead, it creates a space where both partners can evolve, experiment, and expand their horizons while sharing love, support, and companionship. This dynamic transforms the relationship from one of routine or dependency into one of continuous inspiration, exploration, and empowerment, allowing both individuals to experience the richness of life fully while nurturing their bond. Independence also influences emotional intimacy in subtle yet profound ways. When a woman is confident in her own identity and capable of meeting her own emotional needs, she is able to engage with her partner in a way that is authentic, open, and generous rather than needy, anxious, or codependent. This creates a safe space where vulnerability is shared willingly, not out of desperation or fear, which deepens trust, understanding, and connection. Her independence encourages her partner to be vulnerable as well, knowing that love is a choice and that both individuals bring strength, stability, and self-sufficiency to the union. The resulting intimacy is richer, more balanced, and transformative, creating a relationship that thrives on mutual respect, trust, and emotional depth. Ultimately, independence is attractive because it is empowering, inspiring, and transformative. A strong woman who maintains her individuality, pursues her goals, and navigates life with confidence changes the energy of relationship entirely. She inspires her partner to elevate themselves, fosters mutual respect, strengthens emotional intimacy, and creates a dynamic of balance and collaboration. Independence ensures that the relationship is not built on need or dependence, but on choice, intention, and shared growth. It transforms love from a source of obligation or security into a space of empowerment, connection, and purposeful partnership, shaping both partners into stronger, more fulfilled, and more authentic versions of themselves. Authenticity and vulnerability are two of the most transformative qualities a strong woman can bring into a relationship, because they create a foundation of trust, intimacy, and emotional depth that allows the partnership to flourish in ways that superficial interactions never can. Authenticity is the ability to be fully oneself without pretense, manipulation, or the need to conform to external expectations, and vulnerability is the courage to reveal one's true emotions, fears, desires, and imperfections. When a strong woman embodies these qualities, she signals to her partner that the relationship is a space where honesty, openness, and emotional truth are valued above all else. This creates an environment where both individuals feel safe to express themselves fully, without fear of judgment, rejection, or ridicule, and it encourages a level of intimacy that is rare and profoundly meaningful. A relationship built on authenticity and vulnerability transforms ordinary interactions into experiences of connection, understanding, and emotional resonance, allowing love to grow in depth, richness, and resilience. A woman who is authentic does not hide behind facades or try to manipulate perceptions to gain approval, control, or validation. She shows up as she is, embracing her strengths and acknowledging her weaknesses, and she encourages her partner to do the same. This authenticity is a form of leadership in the relationship because it models honesty and integrity, demonstrating that real connection is rooted in truth rather than appearances or illusions. Her partner observes her confidence in being herself and is inspired to let go of their own masks, defenses, and pretenses, gradually creating a partnership in which both individuals operate from a place of transparency and genuine self-expression. Over time, this mutual authenticity deepens emotional trust, reduces misunderstandings, and fosters a sense of safety that allows both partners to grow and evolve together. Vulnerability amplifies this effect by creating opportunities for emotional connection and empathy. When a strong woman is willing to express her fears, insecurities, desires, and dreams openly, she communicates that the relationship is a safe haven for raw and honest emotions. This courage to be vulnerable is magnetic and transformative because it signals emotional maturity, strength, and trust in the partnership. Vulnerability allows her partner to respond with compassion, understanding, and care, creating a feedback loop of emotional reciprocity that strengthens the bond. When both partners embrace vulnerability, the relationship becomes a space of mutual support and deep understanding, where challenges are faced together. Celebrations are shared fully, and intimacy grows exponentially. Vulnerability, far from being a weakness, becomes a source of power and connection, allowing the relationship to thrive on honesty, empathy, and emotional richness. A strong woman's authenticity and vulnerability also transform the way conflicts are navigated in a relationship. She does not hide her feelings, avoid difficult conversations, or mask her emotions out of fear or insecurity. Instead, she addresses issues openly, communicates her needs clearly, and expresses her emotions with courage and honesty. This approach prevents resentment, misunderstanding, and emotional suppression, creating a healthier dynamic where problems are resolved constructively rather than festering beneath the surface. Her partner, witnessing her courage and openness, is often inspired to adopt the same approach, leading to improved communication, deeper understanding, and a more resilient partnership. The act of being authentic and vulnerable encourages both individuals to confront difficult emotions directly and to engage in a dialogue that promotes growth, empathy, and resolution, transforming the relationship from one of avoidance and superficiality into a connection of emotional depth and strength. Another transformative aspect of authenticity and vulnerability is that it fosters trust in ways that superficial or performative behavior never can. When a woman shows her true self and expresses her emotions openly, her partner experiences a sense of security and confidence in the relationship. They know that what they see is real, that there are no hidden agendas, and that the bond is built on truth rather than deception or pretense. This trust encourages greater emotional intimacy, allowing both partners to share their fears, dreams, and struggles with confidence, knowing that their emotions will be received with understanding and care. Over time, this environment of trust and openness strengthens the foundation of the relationship, making it more resilient in the face of challenges, distance, or external pressures. Authenticity and vulnerability create a safe harbor where love can flourish without fear, conditions, or compromise of self. Authenticity and vulnerability also promote self-awareness and growth within the relationship. A strong woman who is honest about her feelings and experiences encourages her partner to engage in self-reflection and emotional introspection. Her openness allows for honest feedback, mutual understanding, and the exploration of personal growth within the context of the partnership, by modeling the courage to confront her own emotions, insecurities, and limitations. She inspires her partner to do the same, creating a culture of emotional accountability, maturity, and continuous development. This dynamic transforms the relationship into a partnership of growth, where both individuals are committed to evolving together while maintaining their individuality and personal integrity. Moreover, authenticity and vulnerability strengthen emotional intimacy in ways that superficial gestures, material offerings, or performative expressions of love cannot. When a woman reveals her true self and her inner emotional world, it invites a level of closeness and connection that is rare and deeply fulfilling. Her partner is drawn into her emotional experience, learning to empathize, support, and engage on a level that transcends superficial attraction. This deep emotional connection fosters a bond that is resilient, adaptable, and enduring, as both individuals have invested in understanding, appreciating, and responding to each other's inner worlds. Vulnerability allows the relationship to transcend transactional or conditional love, creating a partnership built on mutual understanding, acceptance, and genuine care. Finally, authenticity and vulnerability have a ripple effect that transforms not only the individual relationship, but also the lives of those involved. By demonstrating courage, honesty, and emotional openness, a strong woman inspires her partner to adopt similar qualities, encouraging them to cultivate self-awareness, empathy, and emotional intelligence in their own life. This mutual transformation enhances not only the relationship, but also the personal growth and emotional maturity of both individuals. The relationship becomes a source of inspiration, empowerment, and continuous development, where both partners are motivated to reach their full potential while maintaining a deep, authentic connection. Through authenticity and vulnerability, a strong woman transforms the relationship into a space of trust, intimacy, emotional richness, and profound growth, ensuring that bond is not only resilient but also deeply fulfilling, empowering, and transformative for both partners. Leading by example is one of the most subtle yet powerful ways a strong woman transforms a relationship, because it shapes the behavior, mindset, and emotional culture of the partnership without relying on words, demands, or external pressure. A woman who leads by example embodies the qualities she wishes to see in her partner and the relationship as a whole, demonstrating integrity, consistency, emotional intelligence, and personal growth through her actions rather than through preaching or enforcing rules. Her behavior sets a standard for the relationship, creating an unspoken expectation of mutual respect, accountability, and conscious engagement. When a strong woman consistently demonstrates patience, self-control, compassion, and a commitment to personal development, she inspires her partner to mirror those qualities, transforming the dynamic of the relationship in a way that is organic, sustainable, and deeply empowering. Leading by example means she does not simply tell her partner what to do or how to behave, but shows through her actions the kind of love, respect, and dedication that fosters a thriving partnership. This modeling of behavior becomes a blueprint for the relationship, influencing decisions, reactions, and emotional responses in ways that elevate both individuals and the bond they share. A strong woman who leads by example demonstrates accountability in her words, choices, and actions, showing that integrity is not optional but essential for the health of a relationship. She acknowledges her mistakes, takes responsibility for her actions, and seeks to learn from challenges rather than deflecting blame or hiding behind excuses. This approach instills a culture of responsibility in the partnership, teaching her partner that accountability is a form of respect and commitment to the shared life they are building together. By consistently practicing accountability, she cultivates trust and reliability, ensuring that her Partner sees that every action has weight and that the relationship requires intentional effort from both sides. Over time, this modeling encourages the partner to adopt similar standards, creating a partnership built on transparency, dependability, and mutual investment. Leading by example also encompasses emotional strength and resilience. A strong woman does not shy away from challenges or adversity. Instead, she faces obstacles with composure, determination, and a proactive mindset. She demonstrates how to navigate conflicts, disappointments, and pressures without resorting to negativity, blame, or destructive behaviors. Her ability to maintain equilibrium and respond thoughtfully sets a standard for emotional maturity within the relationship. When a partner observes this resilience, they are encouraged to approach challenges with the same level of composure and problem-solving mindset, transforming the overall emotional climate of the relationship. The consistent display of emotional intelligence and strength helps the relationship to evolve into a space of support, stability, and mutual empowerment rather than tension, volatility, or reactive dynamics. Leading by example also means embracing growth, self-awareness, and personal development. A strong woman invests in herself, cultivating her skills, knowledge, emotional intelligence, and overall well-being, and she does so visibly and intentionally within the context of the relationship. She does not wait for a partner to change first or rely on them to provide motivation. Instead, she demonstrates the power of self-improvement through her actions. This approach is inherently inspiring, as it communicates that a thriving relationship requires both partners to bring their best selves and continually strive for growth. By showing that self-development is a priority, she fosters an environment where her partner is encouraged to reflect, learn, and elevate themselves alongside her. The relationship becomes a space of continuous evolution, where both individuals are motivated to pursue personal goals, overcome limitations, and expand their potential while maintaining a deep connection and shared commitment. A woman who leads by example also embodies respect, both for herself and for her partner. She communicates with integrity, honors boundaries, and treats her partner with consideration and empathy. She demonstrates that love is not merely about affection or convenience, but about consistent actions that reflect care, respect, and accountability. Her partner observes this behavior and internalizes it, gradually aligning their own actions with the standards set by her example. This modeling creates a culture of respect within the relationship, where both partners understand the value of treating each other with dignity, prioritizing emotional well-being, and fostering harmony through conscious effort. Respect becomes a natural outcome of her example rather than a rule that must be enforced, and this transformation has a profound impact on the quality and longevity of the partnership. Another aspect of leading by example is showing patience, forgiveness, and understanding in the face of challenges. A strong woman demonstrates that it is possible to handle disagreements, mistakes, or misunderstandings without resorting to resentment, anger, or punitive behavior. She models constructive communication, empathy, and conflict resolution, illustrating that disagreements can be addressed in ways that strengthen the bond rather than weaken it. Her partner observes these actions and gradually incorporates similar approaches, creating a relationship dynamic where conflicts are navigated with care, perspective, and emotional intelligence. By consistently modeling patience and compassion, she transforms the relationship into a safe space where both partners feel heard, valued, and supported, fostering trust, intimacy, and emotional resilience. Leading by example also extends to maintaining integrity and authenticity in all aspects of life. A strong woman demonstrates honesty, consistency, and alignment between her words and actions, showing that authentic behavior is essential for a healthy, sustainable relationship. She does not compromise her values or principles for convenience or approval, and she encourages her partner to do the same through her own commitment to truth and transparency. This consistency and integrity establishes a foundation of trust, allowing both partners to feel secure in the knowledge that the relationship is based on genuine intentions and authentic interactions. Her example teaches that real love thrives in an environment of honesty, and it inspires her partner to cultivate the same authenticity in their words, actions, and emotional expression. Finally, leading by example means showing the power of commitment, discipline, and follow-through. A strong woman demonstrates that love is not just a feeling, but a series of deliberate choices, actions, and efforts that honor the partnership. She invests time, energy, and focus into nurturing the relationship, and her partner witnesses the tangible benefits of consistent effort and dedication. This inspires the partner to participate actively, contribute meaningfully, and prioritize the relationship with the same level of intentionality. By embodying commitment and discipline, she transforms the energy of the partnership, creating a dynamic where both individuals are engaged, motivated, and invested in sustaining and growing the bond. Leading by example, therefore, is not about control or superiority, but about modeling the qualities, behaviors, and mindset that naturally elevate both the partner and the relationship, turning it into a space of empowerment, growth, trust, and deep emotional connection. In conclusion, a strong woman transforms a relationship not by demanding change, but by embodying the qualities she wishes to see: self-respect, emotional intelligence, encouragement of growth, independence, authenticity, vulnerability, and leading by example. Her presence inspires, elevates, and challenges her partner to become the best version of themselves, creating a bond that is rooted in trust, respect, and deep emotional connection. Love, when guided by strength and integrity, becomes a journey of mutual growth, understanding, and empowerment, proving that a partnership thrives most when both individuals bring their full selves into it. To everyone listening and stepping into their own relationships, remember that true transformation begins with you. Respect yourself, embrace your strength, be authentic, and let your actions inspire those around you. Your energy, your example, and your courage have the power to elevate not only your life, but the life of the one you love.